All right, hello, happy people. Here we go. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how you're going to use this, the quadratic formula, to solve anything that's in this form, where a can't be 0, but it can be any other number. B can be any number. And C can be any number. So A. So all you're going to do when you do these, you're going to plug in A there. You're going to plug in B there. When you square a negative, like when you square B, it's always going to give you a positive as the first number in the radical. And you plug in C there. That's what you're doing for all these problems when you're solving them. You can plug them into this formula to solve a quadratic equation. All right, so let's take a look right here. Let's take a look. We're going to solve this equation right here, okay? First thing we're going to do, we're going to put it in this form right here. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we have to get this side equal to 0. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. And then we get this. All right, so we end up getting this. Now, I'll just show you this really quick. We can make our lives easier. Because this is an equation, if we just divide both sides by 2, because there's a common factor of 2 in all these. So why don't we do that to make our lives easier? So we end up getting x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. All right. So remember this, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So a, right here, right, is going to be 1. So 1 gets plugged in there. B, right there, is going to be negative 3. So B gets plugged in there. By the way, I missed that A right there. And then you're going to get C is going to go right there. Okay? So A is 1, B is negative 3, and C is 2. Right? Makes sense? All right, so when we plug them in, we're going to get x equals b, which is negative 3. Then you're going to get plus or minus square root of b squared. So I'm plugging in a negative 3 and I'm squaring it, so the negative in front of it's getting squared as well. You're going to have minus 4ac. So a is 1, c is 2. Right, and all of this is going to be over 2a right there. All right, now we're going to go through and we're going to simplify it. We're going to get x is equal to 3, right? Minus negative 3 is positive 3. Plus or minus negative 3 squared is going to give you 9 right there, right? Minus 4 times 1 times 2 is 8, so that's going to be 8. All over 2, right? So this is going to give you, when we simplify it, 3 plus or minus square root of 1, right? Which is just 1 over 2. So here are your solutions. You're going to have x equals 3 plus, right, 1 over 2, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. So one solution is 2. The other one's going to be 3. You have to consider where you're subtracting 3 minus 1 over 2. So you get 2 over 2, which is going to be 1. So here are your two solutions right here. Right? And quadratic formula solved that. Makes sense? And you want to know what? This is what the equation ended up being, remember? See? Use quadratic. Remember, you could have factored it like this before. X minus 2, x minus 1. X is 2, x is 1. Right? See how we solved? That's what it was, right? And I can use quadratic formula to do it. But the difference is I can use quadratic formula for any quadratic equation. You can't use this for any equation.